This was honestly one of the worst videos that I've ever watched in my entire life, and I'm not even trying to exaggerate. The video was so bad, I literally had to pause it right before everything led up because of how overwhelming it was. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a woman whose life was taken from her by a police officer in her own home, and many people are speculating that this police officer was demon possessed. Now, there's some key vital moments in the video that I really want to show you guys that I believe a lot of people have overlooked. Okay. And then at the end, I'm going to give you guys an answer as to whether or not I believe that this police officer was demon possessed or not. Okay. We're going to go ahead and hop into this video, watch it, and react to it. Before we do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm so that this video can get pushed out to more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and tap that subscribe button and let's hop into this video right now. All right, so for the first video that I want to show you guys, there's this guy right here on TikTok who actually zoomed in on the video right before everything happened when the lady supposedly had the pot in her hand and the cop was telling her to take the pot out of her hand, this pot of boiling water, okay? And what you're about to see is actually crazy, okay? Like it's insane. Let's watch this real quick.
Come to find out, the woman wasn't even holding the pot in her hand when he shot her. Look at this mess. Y'all about to see this woman take her hand off the pot before she ducks.
Okay, so look at this. The pot is still right here. All right. She's getting into a position much like a victim would get into if a bully was coming at them, right? You're getting into this defensive position where your hands are in the air and your head's down and you're trying to duck a little bit. That's what she was doing. The pot still right here. The pot is not left the stove. It's not in her hand at all, right? Like, this is insane.
Down, look at that. This man was yelling at her to put a pot down that she wasn't even holding, and then he proceeds to her as if she was about to throw that pot of water at him, and she didn't even have a pot in her hand.
Now, that's a very important point in the video because the whole reasoning for him doing what he did was because he said that the lady had a pot in her hand and she actually threw the water at him. He didn't say that she attempted to throw the water or the pot. He said that she actually threw it at them. And in that video, as you can see, the pot never left the stove. So nothing was thrown at them. The pot may have been on the floor because of the bullets that was flying and hitting it after everything was said and done. But the pot never left the stove from her position. That is insane, okay? It is such an evil act. It is such an evil act. And this is going to lead up to my opinion on whether or not I believe he was possessed or not, okay? But I got a couple of more videos to show y'all. Let's check this next one out.
Is there anything we can do for? No. All right. I'm not even going to waste my med stuff then. You want to run down real quick?
Nope, not yet.
All right. House is clear. She was the only one.
Where'd you go?
No, she had boiling water and came at me with boiling water.
You sure?
Yeah.
Did you hear that? He said that she had boiling water and she came at him. Now, we all know that that is a lie because she stood in her position, did not move, and the pot never left the stove. He blatantly lied about the whole entire situation. That's crazy, man. Let's continue on.
She said she was going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus and came out with boiling water. That's what all this is. I was standing right here.
All right.
And that's where she's landed. Just nothing.
Now, that point right there is actually why people are speculating that this man may have been possessed, because up to her actually saying, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," he was kind of ticked off, but he wasn't as ticked off. He wasn't as on edge until she said that. Once she started saying that, he actually got very on edge. That's when everything started to escalate quickly, almost to the point where it seemed like he was triggered so triggered that he couldn't control himself anymore. Honestly, that's how it looked. Like, if you actually watched the entire video, once she said the name of Jesus, "I rebuke in the name of Jesus," he actually got crazy triggered, pulled out his weapon, threatened to end her for a pot of water that he wasn't even close to. It's not like she was slinging it across the room. So, yeah, that right there is why people are saying that he was possessed. and that he was triggered by the name of Jesus Christ. Let's continue on.
Nothing right now. Just hang out there for me. Thank you.
I need some people around the house if you guys can. Other than that, that's thank you.
Anything else suspect? Beef. Oh, I didn't know I had it.
One of the cops asked, he said, "Is there any ID on a suspect?" And the cop that actually did the action said, "Me." And that is incredible. He actually told on himself, saying, "I'm the suspect." Yeah, of course you're the suspect, because deep down inside, you know what you actually did. You went over edge. You did something that was extremely just evil. There's no other word for it but evil. You did something that should have never, ever happened. Mind you guys, this lady actually called the cops because she felt afraid, because she said that she heard somebody walking around her house. Okay, and she lives alone. So she felt afraid. So she called the cops. And this is the tragic ending of her trying to call someone who is supposedly supposed to protect her from bad guys.
Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy.
He's got tape.
I think I got it wrong.
Somebody come fill it up.
You got enough? If not, I gotta roll. Running across the stuff right here. Where do you want it? I just around the house. You guys can go inside. Okay.
Now, I didn't catch on to this until a little bit later on today, but some people were saying, how is it possible that this cop is actually still at the crime scene when he's the suspect, when he's the one that actually performed the action, did the thing, he's still at the crime scene? Isn't that like kind of odd that he's still there? Wasn't the police department supposed to separate him from the crime scene because of the fact that he is part of it? Because of the fact that he's going to be actually placed on trial for this? Shouldn't he have been removed from the crime scene? That just lets you know the negligence of their department. And that's going to add into this next video that we're about to watch right now.
It's one of the worst police videos ever.
State records obtained by CBS News show Sean Grayson, a 30-year-old former private first class in the Army, worked for 5 different law enforcement agencies in just under 3 years before being hired by the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office last year. CBS News has also learned Grayson was charged.
This man worked for 5 different companies, 5 different police companies or police organizations, whatever you want to call it, in the last 3 years. He jumped from 5 in the last 3 years. That should have been a red flag right there alone. Why is he jumping from police department to police department so quickly? But listen to this part right here.
Twice with driving under the influence of alcohol in 2015 and 2016. He pleaded guilty both times. Ben Crump is an attorney for Massey's family.
Why was he even hired by the sheriff's department?
A DUI conviction is not a disqualification from law enforcement in Illinois. Today, some of Massey's family members accused the sheriff's office of trying to initially cover up what happened. Now, Massey's father is demanding Sheriff Jack Campbell resign.
I think it's a culture to treat this family this bad. If it were not for that camera footage, they'd have lied their way right out of this. So he needs to resign.
That right there is exactly what I was talking about, because why was he able to tape his own crime scene? Why was he still at the crime scene? We don't have the video on it, but it seems like he probably stayed there the entire time until all the other police officers left. He was never removed from the crime scene. And like I said, that negligence on that police department ties into this video, because now look what he's saying. He said they tried to cover up this initial thing. And if we didn't have the footage from the other cop that was in there, they probably would have got away with it. He would have gotten away with it. They would have came up with some lie, some scheme, and it would have been covered up. And he would have went right back to work if the other cop's camera was not on. That is insane. That is insane, man. How are our police departments that sneaky? How are they able to get away with things like this? It makes you question how many other people that have lost their lives at the hand of police officers, or have been placed in prison, or have been charged with some insane crimes. How many of them have actually been wronged? How many of those cases were actually wrong? That makes you think. It's insane, man. It's insane. This is very, very disheartening. You know what I mean? Let's continue this. Let's continue this video.
What taking you so long to answer the door?
This comes a day after the release of body camera video revealing the moments just before Grayson Massey in the face.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you in the name of
God, I swear to God.
Now, my wife asked me earlier, she said, do you think that this man was demon possessed? And I told her, honestly, I do. But let me tell you why, okay? Not everyone who's demon possessed has to be on the same measure as the guy that Jesus rebuked, or that, you know, when he rebuked the legion of demons out of the guy. It doesn't have to be like that, okay? Because there are other instances in the Bible where they casted out demons of people who were everyday people, who were, you couldn't tell that they had a demon when walking past them or talking to them. But I told her the reason why some people can have demons and others don't, even if they're not Christian. The reason why some people can have demons and others don't is because of their heart. The heart plays a huge role into how demons can interact with you, how demons can get into you, how they can oppress you, your heart. And so I believe that this cop's heart is cold as ice, okay? I believe that this cop has had a rough life in the past where he's done a lot of wrong things, aka getting 2 DUIs. That now, on the surface, that doesn't seem too bad. But you got to understand, for somebody to have 2 DUIs and still try to be a police officer, what are they hiding? You know what I mean? What are they hiding? So I think in the way that he was speaking to her when he first got to the home, he was already agitated. The other cop was extremely calm. Once they found out that there was nobody there at the house, the other cop was trying to leave. He wanted to do more investigating and searching. He got into the house. He was speaking to her very badly. He wasn't speaking to her with any respect. Okay. Being a woman, a small woman such as her, a man that is 6'3", whatever, I don't know how tall he is. He looked like a bigger individual. You would try to be as soft and gentle with a woman as possible, especially knowing that because she did seem kind of off, especially knowing that something may have been a little bit off with her. Maybe she was startled. Maybe she was afraid. You would try to be as gentle as possible. He, on the other hand, escalated everything. He was not gentle. He was extremely demanding. He sounded like he didn't want to be there. He sounded like he wanted to have a problem, okay? And then once she started talking about Jesus, he got even more agitated. She even asked him to grab her a Bible that she had sitting next to him. He didn't do it. She went into the kitchen because one of the cops said something about the pot being on. She was going to take it off the stove and turn the stove off. And then he made a reaction, stepping back. And she said, like, what's wrong? What are you doing? Type of thing. And then he said, I don't want you to throw it on me. And she said, oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Saying like, hey, don't put that on me. I'm not about to hurt you. Y'all church people know I rebuke it in the name. You're saying that. You're like, nah, don't put that on me. You know what I mean? No, I rebuke that. That's what she was doing. She wasn't trying to harm him at all. She didn't have the pot in her hand or anything. And once he heard that, he got extremely agitated and escalated the situation to the point where I believe he lost control. I believe in that moment, 15 seconds is when that demon entered into him, and when that demon was able to convince him that his life was in danger instead of it being the other way around. And that's how demons work. They don't have to be in you all throughout your life. If they have access to you, they got access to you. They can come in and leave. They can be dormant and then pop up at the right moment, just like this one happened. And that's my opinion. Sad, Sad story. Pray for her family because, man, this is tough. She's in heaven, okay? But, man, this lets you know just the evilness that lies in our world. The evilness that is all around us. We have to stay prayed up. We have to, like God said, we have to be as vigilant as serpents, but as soft as a dove at the same time. But we always got to be watching because the adversary is lurking. He's moving to and from, seeking who he can devour. This is a sad one, y'all. Pray for their family, man. Let me know what y'all think about this video in the comment section, okay? If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and hit the post notification bell so you do not miss another video, all right? My name is Aaron Page. I will catch y'all on the next video. Until next time, I'm out.